Well, my friends, the time has come. The time for passively standing back with fingers crossed, hoping something will change has passed. It's become obvious that no longer can we trust our leaders to do the right thing. No longer can we trust our leaders to look out for the people of the United Kingdom. No longer can the people trust anything any politician says on any issue. We have to take our country back now before it's too late and this once great nation is lost forever. As a people, we have put up with an awful lot over the decades, but never more so than in the last decade. We've put up with bankers raping us daily. We've put up with our government signing us on to the bank's unrepayable derivatives debt, whilst paying themselves record bonuses for failure, as the leaders happily cut the services to the general public. All under the guise that if we don't pay massive bonuses, the banking talent will go elsewhere. Well, I say good. Let the too big to fails fail and let the so-called banking talent go elsewhere. We've put up with David Cameron, George Osborne and the buffoon that is Boris Johnson, all lobbying the EU to allow bankers more than a 200% salary bonus, whilst wages for you and I are cut. We've put up with the banks laundering billions in drug money and paying a pittance in fines. It's one rule for you and I and one rule for the banksters. If you bank £1,000 cash, you're viewed as a criminal. However, because the system is completely broken, if you bank billions in cash to launder for drug lords, you get viewed with respect. And if you get caught, you get a slap on the wrist at worst. We've put up with the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan where hundreds of soldiers have been killed in the name of fighting Al-Qaeda. The same Al-Qaeda that allegedly attacked America on 9/11 and London on 7/7. The same Al-Qaeda that David Cameron and William Hague are now trying to arm, fund and train in Syria, having successfully armed, funded and trained Al-Qaeda in Libya to overthrow Gaddafi, having killed 30,000 innocent people in the process. Why are we putting up with Cameron trying to arm known terrorists? Why are we as a people allowing this to happen? Where are the true leaders of our country on this issue? Where are you? Why are you not standing up on this issue? If we allow Cameron to arm these terrorists, the situation in Syria will only get far worse. More bloodshed, more death. Haven't we learned anything from history? Why are we allowing our leaders to act so primitively with our foreign policy? A bad man must bomb for peace. We have had to put up with MPs and their expenses scandal, where it was obvious MPs have been ripping you and I off for years, living a life of Riley at our expense. Some went to jail. We should have turfed them all out and started again. It's still going on today, you know. We put up with the same bunch of MPs looking to give themselves a £20,000 pay rise whilst you and I suffer from their spending cuts. We've put up with MPs living in a bubble, in a reality that doesn't even come close to the reality the people they are supposed to represent have to live in. We have the leaders of the three so-called major political parties wanting more integration with the EU. Cameron, Miliband and that amoeba Clegg all want us to give up our sovereignty and be bled into a United States of Europe. To create a United States of Europe without the people's knowledge has been the goal of the EU since the Treaty of Rome was signed in 1957. Look it up. And now today, this is exactly what's being offered. Cameron won't get the chance to offer a referendum on the EU, neither will Clegg, and Miliband has unequivocally said that he will not offer a referendum on the EU. Does this sound like leaders who have the country's best interests at heart? By not offering a referendum, we should be calling for the crime of treason against Cameron, Clegg and Miliband. Treason because they want to hand over complete control of our country to the EU and allow unelected bureaucrats to dictate our future. Unelected bureaucrats that you can never hold to account, can never vote for. If people knew the true extent of influence the EU currently has over the UK, there would be riots on the streets. But people don't. But people will. Let's just hope it's not too late when they finally do wake up. We put up with scandal after scandal in the NHS and even allow Sir David Nicholson, the man who was ultimately responsible for 1,200 needless deaths, to get promoted. Not sent to jail, but promoted. How is this possible? This is simply outrageous, and we need to say enough is enough. We've put up with spending $12 billion a year overseas to help buy drug lords' private jets, while at home more and more food banks pop up around the country as a greater number of people find it harder and harder to feed their families. We've put up with cash for questions, the lobbying scandals. We've put up with the likes of Tim Yo openly getting backhanders to change policies to suit companies that are paying him. We've put up with William Hague sounding like the Nazi Joseph Goebbels when he was forced onto the defensive over the NSA and GCHQ spying on everything you and I do electronically. He said if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. When a government acts in such a way, I become afraid of the government itself. No wonder they're trying to push through the Snoopers Charter to legally do what they are already doing. How dare they spy on all of us for no reason? They say they do it to make us safe. Safe? Safe from who? Real terrorists? The Woolwich attackers were already known to the FBI. They even offered one of the attackers a job a few months before the attack. Harun Rashid Aswad, the head of the 7/7 attacks, when he was on the run after those attacks, the authorities in MI5 were looking for him, but MI6 were hiding him. The reason they want to access all of our electronic communications is because they're scared their two-party banking dictatorship will be exposed and come to an end, and they want to block it at source. We're currently putting up with Owen Paterson, the Environmental Secretary, saying that GMO food is safe and is a great thing for the UK, despite all the studies that say the exact opposite. In America, where GMO is used widely, people are incredibly overweight and disease is going through the roof. All three main parties are working towards the same agenda. Okay, so the colour of the car is different, the route they're taking is different, but they're all heading to the same location. We deserve a better location. We deserve to be treated like human beings, not subjects. Daily we're told that we have no power and that we have no voice and that no one hears our voice even when we do speak up. That's simply not true. It couldn't be further from the truth. You have no idea how powerful you as an individual can be. Stop thinking in terms of little old me. Your thoughts, emotions and actions ripple into the universe for eternity. You can change things, we can change things, but we have to have the will to change. This is why, today, I'm saying finally that enough is enough. No longer will we stand for second best, no longer will we be shat on by our political establishment. I'm calling for everybody to make a stand against what is wrong in our society. We should start by emailing or calling our MPs to tell them not to arm Al-Qaeda in Syria, and that if they do, then we will remove them from office in 2015. But this is just one issue. We need a movement, a true grassroots movement, to put the establishment on notice that we are not taking this shit anymore. We need to become citizen journalists. We need to confront our dirty criminal MPs everywhere they go, calling them out on their crimes and their lies. We need to be brave and to not give in to intimidation. We can do this. We can turn the steering wheel and end up at a different location, but it's up to you. I know Big Brother is on and you have Call of Duty to play, but search your soul. You know things are heading off course, and if we continue down this path, what will the world be like for our children? We can do this. Let's make it happen.